Stream Fantastic. My name is Kai, and I'm here with my girlfriend Aidan, and it's Saturday, and this week's topic is trans representation in the media. So I want to first start out about talking about the people that we have today in the public eye, such as Caitlyn Jenner, Aidan Dowling, I guess, to people who are a little bit more informed on something. Like, he was on the Ellen Show, which I think is pretty big. I know a lot of people who watch the Ellen Show who are, like, a lot older. And I think one problem that we have a lot with visibility as far as in the media is a lot of the trans people are cis-passing, and a lot of them are white, and they're always binary trans people, because God forbid we have, like, a genderqueer person. I mean, it's like Miley Cyrus and maybe a few. Okay, I had to say it because people recognize her. So anyway, so as far as Caitlyn Jenner goes, I remember being really excited in the beginning. Like, I didn't know anything about her, and I was really excited to have, like, a trans person in the media. And I saw Chase's video. We kind of talked about this, how it was such a big moment at first, and then it slowly, it's like, think of something that started out you thought it was good, and then it just got really bad. We're not saying that on YouTube, honey. I like to not piss off people on the internet as much as I can.
Okay, but you know it's true.
Someone told me I looked like cancer. Another person said I looked like what would happen if you put an omelet in a toaster oven. Both comments I have received. So we have Caitlyn Jenner, and she is not helping because she is very misinformed when it comes to the trans community, and she also
every other community.
And she thinks Donald Trump would be good for the women's movement. And I have a lot of problems with Caitlyn Jenner, and I wrote a poem about my anger towards her. So yeah, I'm not a big fan. And also, I'm really tired of cis people being like, hi. I'll be like, hi, I'm trans. And you know what they say?
Have you heard of Caitlyn Jenner?
No, they're like, oh, so like Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
Also, when Caitlyn Jenner had her whole Vanity Fair cover, the amount of my cis friends who sent me links to it and told me about how great it was, and they're like, oh, look, a trans, and I was like,
they did that to me too, even like though I wasn't out, they were like, because I was like perceived as a gay male at the time, they were like, oh my god, wow, good for you.
And I'm like, yeah, and I think there needs to be a better representation of trans men, because there really aren't. We had Chaz Bona for a little while.
But that kind of faded.
And now,
then Aidan Dowling, but not everyone knows about him.
And they're also like heteronormative or cisnormative, and that bothers me. Like, Laverne Cox is my idol, I think she is Jesus.
Me too. I feel like Chase from Transtastic is starting to get kind of well known, at least like not into
known within the trans.
Yeah, like not mainstream media.
Hey Chase.
Chase.
Also, I'm taking her to the Philly Trans Health Conference with me, and I hope you all are coming to that, because I really want to meet you, and I think I'm really excited about getting a t-shirt when I get there. I'm really excited about getting a t-shirt.
I'm excited about supposed.
Anyway, you should come to the conference if you can. She just looked at me. This is not an organized video, but you know what? We made popsicles. So, another, trans representation in the media. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, and I made a whole video on this, is sometimes trans people taking on roles that can put the trans community into trouble, like Laverne Cox in Rocky Horror. She's playing a drag queen, which I haven't seen it yet, so it's probably going to be great. I'm just worried about that, because it mixes the perception of trans women and drag queens.
I have something to say about this.
What?
Okay, so
Yes.
Drag. Usually, this is should be obvious, but sadly is not, is typically a man dressing up as a woman for money. Trans, a woman dressing as a woman for her own self.
I'm confused.
A trans woman can do drag performance if she would like. They exist. They do. But they are still a woman. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. And then I think also we need to really improve on how we perceive trans people when it comes to film and television, because a lot of times I didn't even realize how bad and little the transphobia still exists in movies that are supposed to be trans positive. It was a BuzzFeed article that pointed it out to me, where a lot of these like movies that we really love, because they've trans lead roles, actually have this whole underlying storyline of the cis person being sad about the trans person being trans.
Also, I noticed almost every movie I see or TV show where there's like a lead trans character, the trans character also like often had like child abuse or was like molested as a child, and it's like I feel like they're making it seem like those bad experiences are what caused them to be trans, when in reality it's not.
That's true, and I was talking to my friend because I was reading a book called Beautiful Music for Ugly Children, and in it, it's really annoying because there's this whole long plot about the trans boy wanting to be with the cis girl, but it's not working because he's trans. And that whole idea seems to pop up way more than it needs to all the time. Even, I mean,
it's basically just like the same thing as romanticizing mental illness. It's like romanticizing the trans experience, which is unnecessary.
Which, just no. What was it, this is gonna be awful regardless, but Stonewall, the movie that I'm bringing up again, we already know it's whitewashed and ridiculous.
And awful.
And it has a cis actor playing a trans woman, and it offends me because she doesn't even, I mean, there's no definition of what a trans woman looks like.
Yeah.
But they just made her look like a dude with long hair. And just the character was portrayed really badly.
Yeah.
And then there's this whole like part with she's a crush on the main character who's the white gay guy, but they can't be together.
Yeah.
Cause no.
Well, wasn't the lead actor like a white person too?
Yeah, that's the lead actor, the white guy.
Oh.
Who's the lead actor? He's gay, and then there's this whole like they can't be together.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie actually.
Me either, because I don't want to pay money to see it.
Yeah.
So if I can bootleg it somewhere, I might, just so I can yell at it.
Yeah.
But
it's one thing is we watched The Danish Girl recently, and although there were problems with it, I think it was really well done, and it was actually I think it was kind of accurate, especially for the time period.
Okay, my thing, The Danish Girl was really good as far as showing her experience and how I liked how it showed little things that people don't realize, even like the scene when she's like holding the dress and she has a like emotion towards it, and you're like, oh yeah. But there was also, of course, the whole part with her and her wife, which I guess is realistic, but at the same time, I feel like we're always showing trans people as like a problem. Like the scene when the woman's like, I want my husband back. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh. Like, yeah, someone would say that, but it's also shitty that they would say that in the first place.
I definitely agree with, it's like, I feel like it's one of the things where it's like, sadly, that happens frequently.
So, to wrap this up, I want to talk about some really good, accurate, positive people and shows and stuff that you can watch if you don't want to scream at a TV for hours on end.
Cox.
Well,
Carmen Carrera.
Laverne Cox is my favorite person. She also does way more than Caitlyn Jenner ever has in helping move the trans rights movement and stop transgender hate crimes. if you even just look at her on social media, she's constantly trying to like gain awareness.
Oh, definitely.
Or Caitlyn Jenner only cares about her stupid show. Anyway, and then some shows that I've noticed are really great is, you want to talk about True Trans with Laura Jane Grace?
Fuck yes. Okay.
Go.
So, if you haven't heard, there's this band called Against Me, and it's basically like a punk band, and the lead singer is a trans woman. Her name is Laura Jane Grace. If you haven't heard of her, she did a ton of videos with Miley Cyrus that you may have seen on the Happy, going along with the Happy Hippie Foundation.
Na, 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 na.
But anyway, and she did a bunch of acoustic songs with her, and there was one with Joan Jett too, actually. But anyway, she has like a mini series, and each video is pretty short, but they're super informative, and it's amazing. It's called True Trans, and it features a lot of like different types of trans people. Like, it has people on like every side of the spectrum. There's like feminine trans men, masculine trans men, genderqueer people, feminine trans women, slightly masculine trans women. It just goes on every side of the spectrum. So, and it talks about a lot of different issues. So I find it very...
It's fantastic.
It's phenomenal. Yeah, it's great.
It's really, like, I wish every cis person could just watch that.
Exactly. Like, I was playing it for my mom, and she learned so much in like 20 minutes.
It's so important because it shows a lot of people who are not only on the spectrum, but like either don't want to pass or like because passing is stupid and they just kind of throw out that concept altogether.
Yeah,
it's just a bunch of like queer trans people, and also Laura Jean Grace is amazing and you should watch.
She's so talented.
I will put a link. Is there like a website you can watch it on? Cause
I don't know. I can find it after the video.
And then another one that I just started watching is Gaycation.
I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard great things.
Okay, so Gaycation is with Ellen Page and her friend, and it's them touring the world and learning about the different LGBT communities that exist around the world. And it's really amazing because you just learn a lot about other cultures. And I mean, they talk about everyone from LGBTQ+, and I really like it so far. And I like that it's interviewing people about their experiences and not trying to talk over them. What's another good one?
I don't know about TV shows, but like YouTube-wise...
Oh,
like,
YouTube's great.
Cat Black, for one thing.
Cat Black,
I love
that's Sanjati.
I'm sorry. The
I
pretty
think
one that's
YouTube
Canadian.
is the best place to learn about, like, trans people, because it's, like, realistic.
We should put a link to YouTubers we mentioned.
True. Okay. So down in the description will be a bunch of resources and stuff. I have to wrap up this video because it's going to get too long. I remember one time Chase said to keep our videos under like 5 minutes. That never happened.
True.
All right.
Wait, what are some other good like shows or something?
Ooh. I don't know.
I will say, though Transparent has some very problematic aspects, it also talks about a lot of things people are afraid to talk about. So I kind of have like a slight appreciation for it. But what you gonna do?
Alright y'all, thank you for watching this video. I will see you next Saturday. Subscribe to Transtastic. Come to the Philly Trans Health Conference. Like this video. What else? Boycott Caitlyn Jenner.